Okay. Hello, everyone again. Hello, hello. Let some people trickle in here a bit. All right, I think we're good to get rolling. So, what if you can invest early in the AI companies that won't just serve industries, but potentially completely replace them? You will discover today how the boldest AI startups aren't building tools to assist professionals. They're building entire firms that make those professionals obsolete. Companies that control entire workflows, own customer relationships, and capture margins that traditional AI tools could never reach. Investing in full stack AI isn't just about backing the next generation of software. It's about owning pieces of the companies that will define entire industries with the potential for decacorn-level returns that could reshape your portfolio and our whole economy. So you guys know the drill. Scan any of the QR codes that you see on your screen today to join this transformative movement. And right now I'm going to pass the baton over to Sophia and Brian.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We're excited to share with you our thoughts on how we're thinking about our future, specifically an AI future that we're predicting the rise of full stack AI companies. This presentation is for informational purposes only and is not an offer to buy or sell securities, which are only made pursuant to the formal offering documents for the fund. And here are the rest of the legalese. And allow me to quickly introduce myself. My name is Sophia Zhao. I'm a partner on our AI First Fund. My background is in finance and startups, where I've worked with a ton of CXOs and entrepreneurs in the capacity of corporate banking, capital advisory, BD, and operations. And these experiences have taken me around the world. And I'm humbled to have learned a lot from smart people and built my pattern recognition over the years, revolving around recognizing great leaders and what it takes to build a great company. I joined Alumni Ventures in 2021 after spending a few years in Web3. I worked at Galaxy Digital, Huobi US, and Crypto.com. And as part of my job, I really enjoy being plugged into hackathons, accelerators, tech clubs such as Techstars, Yale's Innovation Center, Ethereum Global, etc. I'm educated in both Canada and the US, and I graduated from Yale School of Management in 2017. I'm excited to be here with my colleague. And Brian Liu, would you like to introduce yourself?
Thanks, Sophia. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm Brian Liu, a senior associate at Alumni Ventures. My background was M&A, corporate venture, and strategic consulting. Before joining AV, I managed acquisition deals at PayPal and advised major companies like Disney, Google, and Sony during my time at Deloitte. I went to USC for undergrad and got my MBA at Northwestern. Over the years, we have watched enterprise across industries adopt AI as a core driver of innovation. Now in 2025, AI isn't in the background anymore. It's in the driver's seat. Such an incredibly exciting moment. And I believe it's something every smart investor should be watching closely. That's why we at Alumni Ventures recently launched the AI First Fund, a dedicated fund to identify and back the most promising startups building the AI-powered future. Sophia, do you want to talk more about our focus of this fund?
Absolutely, Brian. So our AI First Fund is positioned to capture opportunities at the early stage of companies that are tinkering with AI. And here's what we're excited about. So first is AI first work. For many of us, AI tools like ChatGPT or Claude are already a part of our daily habits, and we're definitely witnessing a behavior shift, comparable probably to the early days of Google search. And the shift is just the beginning, as we're heading towards a future where there's an AI co-pilot for every profession that's specialized. So we're thinking about AI collaborators for bankers, doctors, and lawyers.
Love it. It's definitely an exciting era to explore AI. And that brings us to the second big theme, AI first discovery. Science used to be moving very slow, trial and error, years of patience. Now, AI native R&D platforms can simulate reactions and spin out new drugs and materials in weeks, not years. At this pace, we might need to rename discovery to delivery in the future because it's probably arriving faster than your next Amazon package. Sophia, what's the AI first industry?
hmm Well, the AI first industries are markets where AI is the operating system and not an add on. So, for instance, imagine you and I were running our consulting firm and we're the only ones doing the high touch work like relationship building, setting strategy, and we're backed by a fleet of AI agents that are operating in the background. And our data will be private. We'll fine tune a small LLM so we have a moat against the big LLMs. So, in this AI first industry context, our clients are getting the white glove service and our firm is capturing a good margin.
That is fascinating, Sophia. If industries are the skyscrapers, AI infrastructure is the electricity keeping the lights on, the system that makes the whole economy run. There are high performance GPUs, data pipelines, and lightweight edge models. This picks and shovels with win no matter which AI application take off. And when you layer that infrastructure onto AI first work in industries, you get something even more transformative.
Absolutely. And that is a great segue to the focus of our webinar today, which is full stack AI, which also falls both under a thesis for AI first work and AI first industry. So when we talk about full stack AI, it's not about selling a tool or add on. The ambition here is a lot bolder. So we're looking at startups that are not merely assisting service provider, but are beginning to replace them entirely. We may not get there immediately, but we're definitely seeing that as a future trend. Brian, let's ping pong with each other on the old versus the bold AI ways.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Okay. So we see a world in the future where instead of having an AI collaborator or an assistant,
The full stack AI native firms will have small, essential teams of human operators surrounded by an always on AI workforce. Think a handful of captains and a whole fleet of autopilots.
and instead of AI companies selling AI solution to a vertical industry,
AI becomes the industry, right? In the future, these firms will be AI native from day one. They will become autonomous companies.
yep. And from an integration or customer experience perspective, we can see that the long cycle of sales or integration will be compressed to perhaps instant onboarding.
Yeah. And that also means this enterprise sales cycle could shrink to here's a login, you're live, yay, instant onboarding because your new team doesn't need a training week.
That sounds very efficient.
Absolutely.
Well, current data access for AI tools are fairly limited, but in an AI native environment, the firm will own its own data. And to us, that ownership of industry specific data is a moat.
The future is exciting, right? When full stack AI companies own the workflow, margin advantage isn't strategy anymore, it's gravity.
In the future, full stack AI firms will have structural margin advantage because the cost base scales almost entirely with software and not with people.
That's right, Sophia. Traditional AI is like inventing a fancy blender and selling it to restaurants, hoping the chefs figure it out. And full stack AI, they run the restaurant. Kitchen, recipes, service, margins, and the customer relationships. Just like what Marshall McLuhan said, the content of any medium is another medium. Old AI was a tool inside the business. Full stack AI becomes the business.
It's a complete paradigm shift. And the crucial question is why is this happening now? We've identified three powerful forces fueling this shift. So, number one, from tools to transformation. Legacy adoption is often slow and political. It takes months to get approval from legal and compliance, and months more to calibrate resources to actually integrate and test to see if a new tool will be synergistic. It's simply more efficient to own the process end to end rather than trying to slot a incremental tool into an entrenched system. Secondly, the stack is ready. the foundational technology has matured significantly because now we have these powerful LLMs, RAG, multi-agent system, open APIs, no-code tools, and incredibly cheaper compute. And it seems like every major LLM players out there, including OpenAI, Anthropic, Google XAI, is shipping something new every other week. So the speed of advancement is incredible. And these advancements are finally unlocking the creation of AI native firms or agent native firms. And third is customers want outcome. And I put a bracket on now because we are the now oriented customers.
Yep.
We want our Amazon deliveries now. We want our Uber Eats now. And for businesses, the bar will be a lot higher because they don't want dashboards or complex softwares. They want results and they want them now. And the full stack AI companies will deliver on that. So how are these startups built differently? Brian, can you walk us through the new rules?
For sure. We call them the new rules of building firms with AI. First, you're going to own the workflow, own the margin. Full stack AI companies, they don't just sell tools, they run the whole process, owning the customer and the margins. Second is speed and simplicity, moving at the speed of compute, shipping updates in days, not quarters, and simplified, elegant product design matters. Third, data is the moat. Every interaction with the users becomes human feedback in the loop, make their AI smarter and harder to copy. And finally, lean by design. Tiny teams, simple operations, massive output, scaling on compute instead of headcount. And the bottom line is these companies are fast, lean, and they're getting smarter and smarter every single day.
Totally. And that is why these companies scale in a drastically different way. They don't have the headcount drag that slows down traditional firms. So a company can run with minimal staff compared to the incumbents. Then there's the near zero marginal cost scaling. When you're servicing your 1,000th customer, it's almost as cheap as servicing the first. And the margin pump can be poured back into faster models and better prices, which makes them even harder to compete. They can even buy out older, slower companies and rebuild them completely around an AI core, and turning yesterday's business into tomorrow's rocket ship. And we're already backing some amazing full stack AI companies. For instance, Corgi AI, they've built a AI native full stack insurance carrier from the ground up. They're automating underwriting, pricing, claims, and policy operations. And since launch, they've raised a successful Series A and acquired a licensed rental insurance carrier to accelerate their vertical integration. And Haven AI, it's building a next-gen accounting firm and platform. They're starting with bookkeeping, taxes, tax credits, and Haven's team are ex-EY, KPMG CPAs, and they serve over 400 plus customers from tech startups, e-commerce, agencies, and more. And TOMA AI is a AI voice agent platform. They're automating the complex customer workflow of car dealerships. We've invested in this company last year when it came out of Y Combinator, and just a couple of months ago, they closed a Series A round led by A16Z. And Patalytics is rewriting the rules of patent law with AI power analysis and risk scoring. And these companies are not just using AI, they are AI.
Yeah, exactly. Watching them is like watching YouTube at 3 times speed. You're excited, you're amazed, and you're barely keeping up. When we think about the future, we see full stack AI popping up everywhere. You see AI strategy agencies that feels like McKinsey without MBAs. AI lobbying firms think West Wing means a supercomputer running voter simulations.
Exactly. And there are AI R&D labs, like having your research department in the cloud. There are AI life coaches, your personal Tony Robbins who never sleeps. There's the AI creator studios, a content machine turn TikTok clips into Hollywood blockbusters.
Yeah, then we got AI urban dev studios. It's like playing SimCity, except the building go up in the real world. and AI fashion labels like Zara jobs, but entirely data driven. These are all amazing opportunities. For me, I'm really excited about AI creator studios. I think storytelling is humanity's oldest art, and how AI is stepping onto the stage from TikTok to Hollywood in one click. That is really amazing. I think this is the future of content. Sophia, what about you?
Yeah, well, I'm excited about the AI life coaches because just imagine having an always on partner that can help people, plan, reflect, and grow every single day. That's really cool. And fun fact, the mental health and therapy are among the top AI use cases and are rapidly growing in reach and sophistication.
Mhm.
So, what makes these startups so sticky? First, they've got proprietary data, and that creates a self improving moat because the more they operate, the smarter they get. And second, they build stronger brand because they're not just selling a tool, they are the firm, and the customer built a direct relationship with them. And third, they're not stuck waiting around for clients' IT team to integrate something as they can run independently from day one. It's like having a castle with a moat, but the moat gets wider every day.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the opportunities are immense. We also acknowledge there are significant challenges on the horizon of these full stack AI firms. First is liability. Who is accountable when AI make mistakes? And second, commoditization. How do these firms avoid sameness as the technology becomes very widespread? And third is trust. Will people genuinely accept AI for sensitive services like legal or financial advice? And the last one is distribution. How will these firms effectively reach their customer base? These are complex questions that the most ambitious founder need to address.
But despite these challenges, the message is pretty clear. Don't sell to the industry, become it. The first wave of AI is helping professionals. The next wave of AI is building firms that are maximizing the output while minimizing the costs, including labor. We're looking at a future where AI is a virtual teammate, and that's pretty destructive.
Mhm.
So at Alumni Ventures, we would like to dive into full stack AI companies and be your venture partner. We would like to invite you to join us. So talking briefly about who our fund is built for, I'll probably just pick one or two personalities from here. We serve a wide range of accredited investors, and we're trying to design this fund to meet people where they are. You might be a successful professional or executive who wants exposure to high growth private companies, but may not have the time to vet every deal. We are also seeing many young investors, professionals in the 30s or 40s, who are just starting to build their exposure to alternative assets, and venture is a long game. And this is a great way to start planting seeds in the next generation of market leaders. So whether you're investing personally through a trust with a retirement dollar or through an offshore vehicle, we built this to be frictionless and accessible.
Exactly, Sophia. Alumni Ventures has been on the forefront of this shift since the founding in 2014, offering individuals the opportunity to own smart, simple venture capital portfolios. We have introduced thousands of investors to venture capital for the first time with a very low 10,000 minimum investment and a well-diversified portfolio.
That's right, Brian. We've invested over 1.4 billion from more than 11,000 individuals, and we've backed over 1,500 current and historical portfolio companies. We are one of the most active venture firms globally and the largest domestic firm for individuals. And we have been very fortunate to receive some meaningful recognition over the years. CB Insight named us top 20 VC. PitchBook constantly ranks us among the most active firms in the US. And we've been recognized by Fast Company, Inc. magazine, and included on the founder friendly investors list. These acknowledgments help us build trust with founders and open doors to those highly competitive but high quality deals that are not always easy to access. So our AI First Fund is specifically designed to invest in the disruptive full stack AI companies, AI first work, AI first industry, AI first discovery. If you're excited about this future as we are, we definitely encourage you to join us.
Yeah, and we also frequently co-invest with many experienced venture firms and sector experts, including Andreessen Horowitz, Sequoia, Klein& Perkins, and the Founders Fund, to name a few.
And to learn more about how we evaluate these deals and where we're investing next, we would invite you to join our next AI First webinar. You can also get in touch with our amazing team who can help us answer any questions. So, Brian, I see that we have a few minutes left in our webinar, and there are some questions from the audience. So, let's answer a few questions.
Let's do it.
Okay, this is from Simon. Are you saying that you expect most of the businesses in the future to be full AI stack firms?
Good question.
Yeah. Well, we feel any business that could benefit from AI automation or optimization could be a candidate for this type of new modality to a certain degree. For instance, like the insurance and the finance industry that we mentioned our Portco, Haven AI and Corgi are servicing, they are ripe for disruption. Or you think about software development agencies that provide white label software. They can surely go full AI stack. We were actually at the AI4 conference in Las Vegas last week, and Dr. Fei-Fei Li, who is being hailed as the godmother of AI, she was one of the keynote speakers. And we certainly align with her stance that AI is another step in building a system and tools that work alongside people.
Definitely. I do see another question from Susan P. What are your concerns on the environmental impact of an AI first future? Well, it's a tough question for you, Sophia.
Oh, feel free to chime in. I think every time when we run a prompt on ChatGPT, I mean, AI is run on GPUs and data centers,
Mhm.
and data centers need a lot of power to, process the calculation. You also need energy to cool down the facility, etc. You can think about the precious metal, the precious minerals that went into making the physical instruments, etc. So everything takes up a lot of energy. And I don't have a right answer for this, but I definitely feel the more people that are aware of the impact, we can make our own choices as consumers on how we want to work with AI responsibly and ethically.
Definitely.
We have another question from Jack. How do you get into AI deals? Brian, do you want to take this one?
Yeah, it's an important question because we do get into a lot of amazing deals. There are a couple of ways. First, is the proprietary access. We have a huge alumni network. The engine taps PhD researchers, repeat founders, and accelerator grads. And through these long-term relationships with the established investors, we see founders before they hit the radar. And second, we have a very lean AI augmented team. We don't just invest in AI, we actively using it during our work. From deal sourcing to diligence, our AI tools help us to cut the noise and spot high potential deals others miss. And the third is the full stack help. Beyond Capital will bring the go-to-market playbook and our 850K community, and we plug into the ecosystem from GPUs, enterprise buyers, and established VC networks. We can remove frictions and help founders scale faster. And finally, we have a very broad AI coverage from copilots to agents to infrastructures and R&D platforms. We try to build a very diversified portfolio at the earliest, most exciting stages.
Yeah, thank you, Ryan. Just to add to that, thank you, Jack, for that really good question. I think in the age of AI, we need to be fast because everything is fast.
Yeah.
Through regular networking with our VC friends at these established firms, I think one message is really clear that companies are building faster, funding are raised faster. If you snooze, you definitely lose. So we need to react very fast to capture these opportunities.
Totally.
Okay, for sure. So we're going to wrap up our webinar today. Brian, thank you so much for having this conversation with me and our community. We love presenting as a team together. Thank you, Brian.
It was a great discussion, Sophia. Thanks for having me.
For sure. And thank you, our community members, as well, for joining this session. We hope that you will join us on this AI journey as an investor and or as a continued invaluable member of our community. So thank you, and we hope to see you at our next webinar. Bye for now.
All right, Sophia and Brian, thank you guys so much. That was a wonderful presentation. The future isn't just supported, it's being rebuilt from the ground up. Thanks for joining us, and if you're ready to take the next step, scan the QR code or visit av.bc to explore how you can invest in the companies reshaping work, markets, and the world. And as always, we'll see you next time.